Renowned architect Christopher Alexander argues that buildings designed for living should be limited to a maximum of 4 stories in any density, in any conditions, in any populations. What do you think? What about when the population reaches population density reaches 44,000 persons per square kilometers in an area just 1/5 the size of Adelaide, and when horizontal expansion is not possible due to barriers such as the built-up urban core and low-lying floodplains? I'm talking about Dhaka, one of the most densely populated urban cities in the world, and where the definition of high-rise residential buildings has not yet been established. A city where, by the time I end this presentation, at least 2 migrants would have moved in, and where the demand for housing units by the year 2025 is 2.34 million. High-rise residential buildings in Dhaka have so many problems. There is a threat to safety when building codes are violated, and there is agony for the occupants when there's a shortage of electricity, water, and gas supply. Given the current scenario, it is crucial that they are built following sustainability principles, environmentally and socially. My research is therefore aimed at identifying the criteria for making these high-rise residential buildings sustainable. My research also aims to develop guidelines for sustainability in high-rise residential buildings in Dhaka. I have surveyed over 100 apartments in 20 high-rise residential buildings to understand the environmental and social conditions of these buildings. One might wonder, is it only the design features, such as the flat size and window size, that affect electricity use in high-rise residential buildings? Or are there other factors, such as household practices? My study has found that if occupants reduce air conditioning usage time by just 1 hour daily, they can save for 1 month's total electricity. I have also examined the criteria set by relevant stakeholders for making these high-rise residential buildings sustainable. In the end, my research would synthesize all the results so that high-rise residential buildings are sustainable, and that great minds like Christopher Alexander would see them as a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you for that. David, you have a question?
Thank you, Tahmina. This work is very specific to a particular city. How would your work therefore be translated into other parts of the world, and how would you go about doing that?
Thank you for your question. Though this is specific, the context is Dhaka, but the practices learned out of it can be applied to other countries where the population density is very high.
Thank you very much, Tahmina.